All right, welcome to JASP again, and we are about to head into the realm of the repeated measures ANOVA. So we've got a data set that is pulled from the JASP library, looking a little bit at alcohol attitudes. So what happened in this study is it was looking at assessing attitudes towards beer, wine, and water after watching either something with positive imagery, negative imagery, or neutral imagery. And each participant got to see all of the different pictures. So let's check out the data a little bit before we do some analyses. And you'll notice I've already ruined the surprise. It's a repeated measures ANOVA. So what that means is a reminder that this one here, and the same with our participant number over here, this one is one participant status. So a single person assessed beer after a positive image, beer after a negative image, beer after a neutral image, wine after a positive, wine after a negative, wine after a neutral, water after positive, negative, and neutral. So one person is across all the way. So this is a repeated measures design that we are doing here, which is great and wonderful. So let's run that repeated measures ANOVA. We click back for analysis button. We click on, let's show it up here. We click on repeated measures ANOVA, and it brings us to the window that you just saw. So you'll notice within this, we have to look and see how do all of these cells come together. And that can get a little icky feeling, but we'll work it out together. All right, so let's figure out this repeated measures ANOVA. Now, how many factors do we have involved here? Well, we have two. We have the factor of what kind of drink are we talking about? Are we talking about beer, wine, or water? And then we're talking about the level of imagery. So we need to make sure that we get that settled. So level one, we're going to call that our, we'll call it type of liquid. Level two, we will talk about our imagery. Oh, but we do need a new level within imagery. We'll have positive. Oh, no, we're just getting all of that. All right. Oh, I am apparently losing. Oh, it's because I was typing in the wrong things. All right. So this is our level type of liquid. Let's put liquid. And we've got here wine, water, and then we've got image. Whoa, no, we don't have a new level. We have our new factor, which is our imagery factor. Oh, I deleted water. Strap water again. There we go. And then we have beer. Oh, let's try that again. Positive, negative, and neutral. So we are looking, we've got two different factors here. This is a 3x3 that we're looking at, and we've got three levels for each, all repeated measures. So we match things up. We're going to move beer positive over there, then beer negative, then beer neutral. And we've got wine positive, wine negative, wine neutral. Let's keep scrolling so we can see it come together. Water positive, water negative, and water neutral. So we got there. So that tells us all the repeated measured cells. They're all labeled with our two different factors. And our ANOVA is already popping up to see how this is going to look. Of course, we still want to see our descriptive statistics. This is a great way to not have to run a separate descriptives because it'll break it down across conditions. Of course, we also still want to see our effect size. Eta squared is a great one. And same as before with our previous one-way ANOVA, we've got contrast and post-hoc. If we were running contrast and had a priori assumptions, about all of these, we would mark those here that we wanted to run them. But no, we don't. So we're going to get our post-hocs in. And what we need to do to run our post-hocs tests is move them all over. We're going to stick in a Tukey correction instead of a home. And we would be all set to go. So let's scroll this over so we can see a little bit more. All right. So within subjects ANOVA, we have a significant effect of liquid, significant effect of imagery, and a significant interaction. Much like with our previous type of ANOVA, we are still don't know where and what's being driving that. So we have to make sure that we take a look. You'll notice there's an empty ANOVA here with the between subjects because we don't have any between subject factors in this design. We've got our descriptives. Again, we can kind of see where some of these differences might be coming from, but it's just eyeballing, and that's not what we want to use in statistics. So let's check out our post hoc tests. Oh, I did not like that. There we go. So again, looking at that difference across them, and I'm really interested in the preferred home. Kind of do the home correction and see what happens. I, so with home, we're able to find for this 3 column. He doesn't like that. So we're able to see where our significant differences are being driven by the difference between beer and water. Imagery, largely, again, there's differences between between all of the avenues. And then we can look at the interaction of all of these. You'll notice there's a lot of significant interactions here. It's kind of hard to see how do we best with that. Well, this is where some of our plotting can be helpful to us, where we can do some descriptive plot to help us better visualize this data. Are we still running? Yep, so we're still thinking about that. We'll wait for our thinking to commence. All right, so let's scroll down. So oftentimes when we're talking about interactions, this is where our plots can be very helpful because we can see how all of this goes together. And we can use that to help better explain our data than all of those numbers. You can see that the really big pull of where things are very different is down here in the particular avenue. So we've got our positive up here, we've got negative down here at the bottom, and we've got neutral, but we really reverse how things look once we go into negative for that category. And that is how you run a repeated measures ANOVA.